Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream. I'm Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Shannon at Checkout on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Vivian at LiveTurf on the MakeCode forum.
And if you guys were with us last week on Friday, we were trying to make a Halloween game with a flashlight. And you may remember that it didn't work. Because if you look, the game is running so slowly that you can barely even see what's happening because we tried to do a little bit too much. But we got a really cool tile map and stuff, which, Vivian, could you actually resend your tile map? Because I don't have the link open anymore.
Oh,
and the stream computer does not have access to the chat.
Yeah, I have it.
Cool. So I figured, well, let's still make a game that uses this. You know, we'll figure out something to do. So I'm going to first speed our game back up by getting rid of this render darkness code. There we go. Now our game is much better. And we want to do something, I think, let's see. I like the flashlight idea, you know, I don't know how to make it work in a way that isn't totally.
Wait, why was it so slow?
Because we're looping over every pixel in the screen.
Oh. And you're covering the whole screen with the black thing didn't work because if you went to the edge?
Yeah, and also big images are also kind of slow, big sprites.
Instead of a flashlight, it could be something else. Could be like the vacuum.
Oh, wait, I have an idea. Okay, so what we could try to do is get this out of TypeScript. So to make this happen, we're going to create an image. Create image. We're going to make it the size of the screen, so 160 by 120. We're going to use sprite utils to draw some things on it. So let me make a variable which is going to be backdrop. We're going to create this inside of onStart. Up here, okay. And what we're going to do now is we are going to basically go into here, and I'm going to need to go to where we're creating our flashlights. Yeah, okay, so I made these all different colors. I'm going to need them to be all the same color for this strategy I'm doing right now. I'm going to make them all pink. And basically the idea is I'm going to draw all three of these onto this image. Then I'm going to fill with, I'm going to fill with black. I'm going to draw all these onto the image, and then I'm going to replace with transparency. And that should be much faster because it's not running in TypeScript. It should be much faster than this code I had. So to do this, let's go ahead and go into images, which has a similar color to scene. Oh, no. I want to go into sprite utils because Joey gave us this wonderful block. So I was using them over here. So we can do this get value at 0. This is going to be our first shader. And where we're drawing them is going to be, we need to basically take their left and top and subtract the camera left and camera top to get our correct X value. So let's go ahead and put that right there. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for top. And I'll zoom in for a second so you can actually see what code I'm working on. But basically, I dragged all this code out before. So, okay. Oh, and I also need to get this code. There we go. All right. So I want to put this here. And so this is getting our active shader. We want to get the image from this shader, I'm realizing now. So let's go ahead and grab this image block, put that in there. So this is getting the image from our active shader for shader 0. And then we are drawing it to our backdrop image. So let me go ahead and put that in here. This backdrop at the left of our shader minus the camera left. and the top of our shader minus the camera top. Gonna make this 0. And what we're going to do now is we're going to duplicate this a few times. We're going to change this to be 1, or I guess I can just put this inside of a for loop. All right, so I want to do 0 to 2 because we have 3. So 0, 1, and 2. I'm just going to put the index in here, and here, and over here. And let's see how slow our game is now. All right, we're still fine. Good. Okay. So now that we've got that going, we want to draw this thing. So we're also going to take our image and we're going to, at the start of this, fill it with black. So let's go ahead and do fill backdrop with black. And now we're going to do a replace color. So we're going to do a replace color from pink to transparency. All right, let's see how our game's doing. Okay, we're still doing all right. Still feels fine. So finally, what we want to do is we want to do another draw thing to another thing, this one. And we want to draw our backdrop to the screen at 0, 0. Woo, yay! Okay, yeah, this works fine. All right. Wow, I wasn't expecting to get that to work, actually. I came up with this idea yesterday.
Wait, how to fix it today?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you just came up with it on the spot, Richard.
Oh, no. I was thinking about it yesterday and I was like, well, it would probably be better if I like somehow got this out of the like TypeScript. And so I was like, how could I do that? Well, and got it that way. Oh, wait, how big was this tile map? All right, so this tile map is what Vivian made for us. So we're going to go ahead and paste it in. Fun fact, you can copy and paste tile maps. And even if you don't have the tiles in your project, if you paste it in, we will add them to your project. It's pretty nifty. So
that's so good. Oh my god.
Yeah, right? That's why I was like,
oh, sorry.
I was thinking like, I don't know if I want to come back to this game, but then I was like, but Vivian made that amazing tile map. And I was like, we have to come back to this game.
Have we always been able to copy and paste tile maps like this?
I'm pretty sure I've done this like 3 times on stream now, and every time you've asked me that question.
That's insane. I'm gonna remember it this time. I will.
Okay. And I think the answer is no. I added it at some point, but it was a while ago. All right, we're going to block off some walls. Oh man, we really need to push arcade. There's some bugs that have been here for a while, like this fun drawing bug.
We're gonna soon.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right, so we've got our walls kind of blocked off. So let's go ahead and take this for a spin. Oh boy, you can't see anything of this.
Spooky.
All right, let's make our flashlight a little bit bigger. See, so to make that happen, we'll just take this last one. Well, I guess we have to make all of them taller. So I'll make them all 64 tall. Oh man. All right, here goes. I'm gonna push down 16 times to center this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Done.
Beautiful.
And we're going to use our line tool to make this a little bit bigger. So like way out there. And fill that in like this. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to make this 64. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Sold to the person in front.
Wait, are you auctioning, Richard?
Kind of sounded like I was, so I went with it.
I see. Have you ever bet on anything in... Wait, is it bidding? It's bidding. Have you ever bid on anything in real life?
No.
You buy things on eBay.
I mean, sometimes, I guess.
With the
Not
numbers? Oh, no, but okay. eBay, do you do the buying only or also the bidding one?
I sometimes do the bidding one, but I don't like it, and I rarely win.
The way you can buy things from Goodwill online is also a bidding situation, but I'm like, I don't need to bring this into my life. It's a big emotional commitment.
Yeah, it's just so stressful, but I feel like most the vast majority of stuff that I buy on eBay is the buy it now button.
Unsigned Arduino says they're pretty sure there's an extension to do the flashlight thing. Oh wait, no. Okay, so he linked the lantern.
Oh yeah, that's different.
But then also a project with working flashlight. Let me check this out. I should have checked that out.
Oh man. Okay. Ugh. I don't know how you get into this state where you can't select anything, but I'm currently in it.
Oh, you always tell me to refresh if this happens to me.
Oh, I do? Well, I'm not going to take my own advice. All right, so what I'm doing right now is that I made the flashlight bigger, but it wasn't actually helping because we have a dark color for most of our map, and so it was all turning to just be black. So what I'm doing now is I am pasting this in so that I can make the brighter portion of our flashlight bigger. So we're going to now make this go like way out here and fill this in like this. If you remember, these three images represent the three bands of like light intensity that we have. All right, so let's see this now. There we go. That's a big flashlight. All right, so this is something. Oh, did I undo the tile map? Whoops. That happens when you press undo too many times. There we go. All right. Yeah, this is pretty spooky. I wonder if what we should do is actually, I want to make it even a little bit brighter. So what I'm thinking is we'll only do shaders for the second two. For the middle one, we'll just leave it invisible. So I'm going to take these 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to move this to be 1, move this to be 2. So everything's going to be a little bit brighter. Let's see. There you go. Okay, so like now the outer portions are brighter, but for the center portion, I want to leave it as unshaded. So to do that, all I really need to do is when I am creating these shaders, I'm going to do a hack. I think.
Wait, why aren't you sure about your hack?
You know, I don't know. Oh, no, it didn't like that. What am I going to do? What am I going to do for this? I need
Wait,
the
why
3
didn't it like
shaders.
that?
It didn't like that because I am using them explicitly in my draw function. All right, well, what I'm going to do is this little fun hack. There we go. All right, that did it. Oh, no, that didn't do it. Oh, yes, it did. Oh, for that one, but it didn't do it for the other directions. Okay, yeah, let me fix it for the other directions. Okay, so we're doing this for index from 0 to 3. Oh. We want to set this to be index. And we want to set this to be 0. There we go. Okay, cool. We've got a nice little flashlight now. What do you think? Does this flashlight look good to you guys?
It looks awesome. I would use that in a dark place.
All right, well, it's time to get ghost hunting. Okay, so we have some ghosts that were provided to us by Gideon and Hassan. So let's just do a quick refresher of our ghosts. First one is from Hassan and is my favorite. I love this guy so much. Look at him. I just want to be friends with him.
It's very cute. Not scary at all.
Yeah, true. This one's from Gideon. This is another one from Gideon, I believe.
All of Gideon's ghosts had names for them, but I didn't include them.
This one's from Hassan. And then we have one more from Gideon. Okay, so I think what we want to do is we want to have these ghosts hide. Oh, whoa. Oh yeah, okay, look at this. All right, so this is no good. What's happening here is that my shaders are colliding with the wall, so they're getting nudged out of position. So we need to set some flags on these guys. We're going to make them all ghost appropriate. There we go. Okay, so that clears that up a bit. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead now, and we're going to do create our ghosts. And I'm thinking, do we want to have our ghosts in specific places, or do we want to have them just kind of randomly dispersed? Like, do we want to define on this map some ghost spots, things that are haunted?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so I mean, all right. This vase looks a lot like that blue and white ghost that Gideon did. So I feel like that's a no-brainer. And then obviously we have a haunted computer. Obviously.
Obvious. Unsigned said the computer deaf. So everybody's in consensus.
Yeah. Shannon and Vivian, do you guys want to make some? Let's see how many ghosts that we have. We have 5 ghosts, so we need 3 more places where we can haunt stuff. So do you guys want to make some 16 by 16 things I can put into this tile map?
Ooh. Sure.
Could be a microwave. One of them.
Can you briefly open up the tile map so I can see what color the background of things are?
There you go. It's also in the chat.
Oh, cool. Yeah, thanks.
All right. So we're going to want to put ghosts in these spots. And the idea is that when you get near them, I think the ghosts are going to become visible, and they're going to start following slowly behind you. When you turn around and you shine your light on them, then they're going to freeze and will do something. I don't know. But let's start with that. So we want to make it so that when you are close to these guys, I think what I want to make it so that when you are close to them and you are not looking at them, they will come out. All right. So to do this, we're going to make a function which is going to be create ghost at tile. It's going to take in two things. The first one's going to be a tile, and the second one is going to be the ghost. And we're going to use this to first create a sprite, set that sprite to be invisible, and then place them on our tile map. So let's start by creating our ghost. So let's make a variable for this. New ghost. And we're going to pass in our ghost. We're going to add a kind, which is ghost. Ghosts aren't necessarily enemies. Who are you waving at?
Oh, I was talking to people in chat and they're like, oh, is this one of the streamers? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm Vivian. But then I realized that wasn't very helpful. So I thought I would wave too.
Okay. I'm glad we cleared it up. I'm glad we made it
Yeah.
very explicit.
Yeah. Maybe we need to bring back our name tags. Or maybe I'll just put up like a physical name tag in my camera, which I feel like is easier than. Oh, I'll put a sticky note on my
You
face.
should absolutely make a physical name tag.
Okay, so we're going to be doing a place on top of random tile. So I'm going to, wait, what is going on here? What the?
What? What's happening?
Oh, I must have added the color-coded tile map extension. How did that happen? Weird. All right, never mind. We're just going to ignore those blocks. Okay. We're going to place our new ghost on top of random tile. And we're going to make sure we only have one of these tiles. And we're not going to set them to be invisible just yet. So let's head over here. We're going to go into sprites, and I think we're going to do, let's see, well, I guess we want to go into functions and call our function. So let's do that right here. We're going to pass in two things. So I'm going to start with the computer. So we need a tile block to start off with. Easiest way to get one of those is just to go into the scene category, drag out one of these blocks, grab a tile, and then throw it away. Okay, so for the tile, I'm going to choose the computer. Is here. And now for the ghost image, I'm going to, let's see, which of these ghosts looks most like they would be inside a computer? I think I'm going to do this guy. I got to drag out all these images. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna put this guy inside of our computer. And now we're gonna duplicate this, and we're going to do another one. This time we're going to be using this guy, and we're going to be putting them inside of the vase. Okay, so they should be in our game now. Let's go ahead and see if we can find them. There they are. Okay, cool. So you might notice that I'm making it so that they are not shaded. And that really makes it obvious. Good job, Vivian.
You don't have to say good job because that's right here.
Okay, so we have our ghosts. They are appearing above the shaded portion, and I'm doing this because that is what happens in Luigi's Mansion. The idea is that once you have like shown this thing and then you go off and you're like going around, we want them to appear and then start following you, and then you know to turn around and spook them. All right.
Spook the ghosts? Isn't that backwards?
Well, the flashlights scare ghosts. That's why if you have a light, you are invincible. Why nightlights exist.
That's true. When I was younger, I wasn't scared of the dark, but there was a really cool night light, so I pretended to be scared of the dark. So my parents would buy it for me.
What was it? What did it look like?
I think it was like flowers on sticks.
Ooh.
Very cool.
Mhm.
I was totally scared of the dark as a kid.
Oh no. Did you have flashlight or nightlight?
I don't remember, but I mean, you grow out of it pretty fast. I must have at some point. I don't know. Anyway, let's now make it so that we can make it so we want it to be only once we have seen the object, so we have illuminated it, we want the ghost to appear. So we're going to do an overlaps with our center shader right here. So to do that, let's go ahead and go back to where we are setting ghost. And we are going to set this to be ghost through walls instead, so we can still have overlaps. And then the last thing we want to do is we want to make it so that our shader has a kind. So I'm going to go to our kind, set kind block. Remember, shaders are technically, they're just sprites, just like you and me. And we only want to set the one in the center. I don't want to make it so that you can illuminate it with the like outer ones. So we're going to say if index equals 0, sorry, we want to do if shader index. If shader index equals 0, set my shader kind to flashlight. All right. Okay, so we've done that now. So we need to now do an overlaps event with our tiles. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the computer. So we want to do when the flashlight overlaps with the computer, then we are going to say let me think. So what I want to do basically is I want to be when we're overlapping it with it, we're going to set something to be true. And then when we stop overlapping it with it, we're going to set it to be false. But really we have 3 states, which is we have not overlapped yet. We are overlapping and we are no longer overlapping, which means we've looked away. So we need to track this somehow. And I'm thinking maybe what we want to do is make a function for this. So I'm going to go into functions. And I'm going to say set tile state. And it's going to take in an image, which is going to be our tile. And it's going to take in a string, which is going to be our state. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and call this function. We're going to say set tile state. Well, we're going to call it here first, because what we want to do is set our tile state to not overlapped. Or I guess dormant. Now here we are going to set our tile to be overlapped. And after, we're going to do an on-game update to say that if it is overlapped and we are no longer overlapping, then we're going to get rid of it. Okay, actually, I'm wondering now if maybe I should do this as a sprite and not a tile. It might be easier if I do this as a sprite and not a tile. Yeah, I'm going to redo this. Okay. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a sprite that's going to be the ghost trigger, basically. Well, actually, I can just overlap with the ghost. What am I doing? This is silly. All right, I need to add an extension now. Oh, boy. Man, I wish I was wearing my watch, but I guess the only way that I can figure this out is by asking, hey, Vivian, what time is it?
1:31.
Vivian, what time is it?
Oh!
I thought you were kidding, Vivian.
No. That's Richard said, I wish I was wearing my watch. I'm like, oh, I don't know how Richard usually looks at the time.
Richard is on a computer.
Maybe it's covered up.
True, that's true. That's true.
Okay, well, are you sure? Do you still want to do it?
Let's do it. Come on.
Okay, it's time for arcade
Arcade.
Friday.
Da,
Da-da.
da. All right. So we're going to, with our ghost, we're going to set them a data on them, which is going to be like their overlap state or something. We'll just call it state. So let me go ahead and make this our new ghost. I'm going to go ahead and set this to be, whoops, I made this a Boolean. I don't want that. Which is going to be dormant. I'll make it idle. All right. So now we are going, where's my simulator?
It thought it was time to go. It left.
There we go, it's back. Okay, so now that we've got that, we're going to go ahead and do some overlaps checks. So we're going to first do an overlap event with the flashlight and the ghost, because even though it's invisible, it can still have overlap events. Fun fact. So what we're going to do is we're going to check their state. So let's go ahead and put in an equals here. We're going to go ahead and get the state as a string. So this right here. And we're going to use other sprite because that's our ghost. I'm going to say state. So if their state equals idle, then we're going to set this to be waiting. Not new ghost, though. We want to use other sprite. Okay, and now finally we want to make it so that if we are no longer looking at our sprite, so if the overlap is not happening anymore, then it will go. So let's go into sprites and get an array of all of our sprites of kind ghost. We're also going to get a for of loop right here, this ghost. We're going to say if. And we're going to say, is it overlapping with our flashlight? So let me, well, first we want to check its state. So let's go ahead and do this right here. Switch this other sprite to be value. And we want to make sure its state is waiting. Then what we're going to do is we need to basically keep track of all of our flashlights that we can overlap with. Because if you remember, we have 4. We have the one to the right, the one to the top, the one to the bottom, you know, all of that good stuff. Oh, and this has actually made me think of a problem, but we'll get to that in just a second. So I'm setting this kind to be flashlight right here, but that means I can just use our another for of loop to go through sprites, and I'm gonna have to make a variable for this. Ooh, what's up?
Oh, when you're free, can you demonstrate how to make a share link?
Sure.
Thank you. I couldn't find the post on the forum that we usually share.
Yay, let's do it right now. All right, so I'm gonna share this game because I want Vivian to see it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click this thing up here. That looks like a molecule. Now I have the share project thing open. I can set the title if I haven't set it already, and I can even record a little GIF. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit this record button and do some stuff till it finishes recording. Yep, okay, so I can see this GIF. And this is what's going to show up if someone posts this link on the forum or in anything that kind of shows things like Twitter or Facebook or anything like that. This is optional. You don't have to record the GIF if you don't want to. And you just click publish, and you have your link. click copy, we'll copy it to your clipboard, and you can just paste it. Also have these handy buttons for sharing in different social networks, or you can use this QR code, which will contain this link. If you're really fancy, you can also use these embed options, but we're not going to get into those. You know, just use the link.
Thanks, Richard. If you're
No
making
problem,
art
Vivian.
for the if you're making art for the games, do that and send us that link. Then we can include it.
Oh, right. Okay. So I want to do now an overlaps check. So I'm going to put this overlap right here. I'm going to make this first one value, and I'm going to make this other one value ghost. And this will mean that we are still overlapping. So I'm going to make a variable which is just still overlapping. We're going to set still overlapping to be false. And if we are overlapping with something, we're going to set still overlapping to be true. And now down here, we're going to say if not still overlapping, then we are going to set our state to following. And we're going to set them to no longer be invisible. And we're going to make it so that they follow us. So I'm going to go into sprites and get a follow right here. I'm going to set this on our value ghost. And I'm going to set this to be, let's see, did I make the player? Made the dark. Yeah, I'm just using my sprite. All right, let's try this out. Okay, that didn't quite work. All right, needs to be when I'm not looking at you anymore, Ghost. Oh, flashlight. Okay, so I'm looking at it, I'm looking at it, I'm looking at it. I'm turning away, and it's not following me. But if I walk down here, oh, now it is following me. Yeah, what's up? Well, you might have remembered earlier in the stream where I said even if a sprite is invisible, it can still have overlaps happen. That is true. And we're turning our flashlights invisible, but they're still there. So they're causing them to have overlap events even though we're not facing them. And I can actually probably trigger, yeah, this other ghost by just like walking through and yeah. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that we are no longer setting those to just be invisible. We're also going to set them to be ghosts. So let's go to where we're setting invisible. And I'm just going to duplicate this code like this. And actually, I don't need that. And I'm just going to set this to ghost through sprites. Oh, whoops, don't want that. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to do ghost through sprites. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to do ghost through sprites. And you guessed it, going to duplicate it and do ghost through sprites. All right. So that should make it so that we are also setting them to ghost through sprites when we are setting them to be invisible. All right, so let me go down here. I'm gonna go ahead and overlap there. Okay, cool. So we're not we are overlapping. So as soon as I go away, it should start following me. So I'm gonna turn around and there we go, perfect. Got our behavior. These ghosts are fast though, I have to say.
Gideon also says that.
Yeah. So we're gonna go to our follow code and we're gonna slow them way, way, way down. So let's set it to be like 20. See what that looks like. Yeah, all right. That looks nice. Okay. So let's go ahead and add some more ghosts to our game. I have some images to bring in now. So this first one is from Shannon. Shannon, do you have anything to say about your thing?
Oh, no, it's just it's an object.
Is it going to be on a table or on the floor?
Floor.
Okay. Put that in there.
Shannon, we should have coordinated.
Oh, did we both do bases?
Oh, no, yours is much better than mine. But I saw the shape of yours in the chat. I was like, I feel like they're gonna be stepping on the toes.
All right, I like it. We got a nice plant in a pot. All right. What is this thing from Gideon? Is this a ghost or
an object?
Object. All right. I'm going to duplicate the floor to put this on top. Go ahead and do an edit. Do that. Click away. And oh, it's an oven. I like it. All right, so let's put our oven. Over here?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like underneath this little upper area is a kitchen, obviously.
I like that. This house is really open space concept.
It is, yeah. Like not what you generally get in a haunted house. So, all right, we got another thing from Shannon.
Yes, this one goes on the wall.
Okay, goes on the wall. So let me go ahead and grab a purple tile. Go duplicate that. Over here and paste and ooh, fancy mirror. Oh, I should have done an upper wall piece. This is a classic haunted object, Shannon.
Yeah.
Good job. All right. Okay, we have something from Vivian. Is this your object that you just pasted?
I have two.
Okay, cool. All right, Vivian, what do you want this to be on top of?
The ground.
Okay, so let me go ahead and grab a ground tile and duplicate it right here and paste. And this, ooh.
Oh. The rug?
Okay.
Sorry,
It's all right. Put it on the green rug. Nice. What is this?
Like a newspaper rack?
Like you get at the library?
Like
yeah.
in smoking rooms, where right?
Oh.
Like
I thought you meant like when
parlors.
you're at the library and they put them on that big wooden thing, so you can't steal it.
What?
I don't know if they still do this, but they used to.
Oh, I used to have a Hello Kitty one. I put my magazines in there, but it didn't look like this.
Nice. Okay. And you said you had a second one?
Yes, and also a ghost contribution from chat.
Wait.
Wait, is it gone?
Let's see. I see one from Gideon. I see one from 8-Bit Gamer Man.
Oh yeah. Wait, I didn't paste in my other one. Never mind, I didn't paste in my other one. I'm doing it now. I got distracted.
That's all right. All right. Okay. And what should this one be on?
The ground.
All right.
Oh.
Once again.
Just go, yeah. Make the pot. Oh. We can just ditch my plan. We already have Shannon's plan.
No, put it on the red carpet.
Not. Put it on the red carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Unsigned Doing says, wouldn't it make more sense for the newspaper holder to be against the wall? Well, this is a dangerous house, whether it be ghosts or tripping hazards.
Clearly, yes. All right. Okay. So we've got a few objects going on now. I think we have enough to put the rest of our ghosts in our game. So we're going to go down here, and first we're going to just put these 3 ghosts in. And then I will.
Or did you already?
What's up?
The ghost art?
Yeah, I'm going to drag those in just a second, but first I'm going to go ahead and assign these guys. Okay, so I'm going to put the pumpkin ghost on this orange picture frame. The picture frame?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to put the cat ghost, which I'm a little worried we won't be able to see, so I'm going to put a white outline. This is the ethereal aura.
It is very funny for the cat ghost to just be a floating pair of eyes, though.
But you'll never be able to know it's a cat ghost.
I mean, when the flashlight, do they disappear immediately?
No. But I mean, I feel like you would have to be illuminating it perfectly to be able to tell.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to put the cat inside of the newspaper. Now we are going to put the ghast-looking guy in front of the pot. And let's see, what do we have left? We have the other plant. And we have the spooky mirror. Oh, we have the oven also. So actually, I'm going to put the pumpkin in the oven.
True.
All right, so let's go ahead and get our first ghost. This one is from Gideon. Put this inside the potted plant, and it is, oh, whoops. No, wait, Gideon sent me an object. Right. Oh, I need one more ghost.
Shannon should make a ghost.
Shannon. All right, this ghost is from 8-Bit Gamer Man, and we have, aww, he's so happy.
How could you vacuum up a ghost like this?
Yeah. All right. So now that we have our ghost, let's walk around and trigger some ghosts. Oh, yep. It's okay. We got a ghost cat coming after us. That guy. Got that guy.
The cat ghost is so spooky.
Why am I not getting the computer ghost? Oh, there he is. Okay, pumpkin ghost. Nice. All right. So I'm noticing a few problems. One, our ghosts get trapped by walls, which, you know, classic ghost thing. They don't have to deal with that if you've never met a ghost before. One of the perks. Okay. The next thing we want to do is we want to make it so that our ghost gets spooked when we shine our light on them. So we want to make it so that when we shine our light on them, they're going to stop. A little exclamation point is going to appear above their head. And then they're going to start running away from you faster than they were going before. And you need to try and catch them. All right. And if they get off the tile map, then they escape.
Oh, yes. I'm rooting for the ghost.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. So we're going to do an overlaps now. Well, we're already doing an overlaps. So we'll go over to here and we're going to do the flashlight overlaps with the kind ghost. And we're going to say if their state is following. Then we are going to set their state to surprised. And we are going to create a exclamation point sprite. So for that, we're just going to do, make it orange.
Orange because it's the color of harvest.
Yeah, you read my mind.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually going to make it like a little, like, speech bubble type thing. Like that. And I think I'm actually going to go with red.
Because it's the color of tomatoes.
This is the color of blood. All right. Just kidding. Did you guys have a good Halloween?
Yes. Though
Nice.
nobody guessed what my costume was.
Was it a? Wait. I can guess your costume. It was a Vivian.
That's what my mom guessed. I'm like, no, that'd be a dumb costume. That was a tomato.
Oh, right. I should have guessed that because you made it to be on stream on Friday.
Oh, on Friday I was a carrot. Excuse you, Richard.
Yeah, but that was just because you're right. Yes. And I kept saying you were a tomato because you were coming off as red through the camera.
Yeah, but I made myself a new stem. I'll go get it. It's completely different.
All right. Okay, we're going to set our thing to have a lifespan of 1 second. We're going to set its x to be the same as the x of our ghost. So let's go ahead and grab that, make this other sprite. And then we're going to set its bottom to be the top of our ghost minus I want to give it like a 1 pixel gap. So we're going to do the top minus 1. Oh, and we're going to make them stop following. So we need to go to our following code right here. We're going to set the follow. We want to do other sprite follow my sprite with speed 0. It will stop following. Okay, so now we're going to go and reveal a ghost. There he is, and spooked. That worked pretty well. That looks good. All right, and they're going to have 1 second where they just don't do anything. And then at the end of that second, we are going to do something. So I need to add another extension now. Timers. All right. And with timers, we're going to be using this to just do something after a certain amount of time. So let's go to timer. We're going to do after, and we have our exclamation showing up for 1 second. So we're going to do this after 1 second. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do a follow again. And we're going to set this speed to be -30. Negative means they'll run away. All right, so let's get this guy to follow us. Spooked. There he went. Okay, nice. All right. So we have our basic spooking and going away code. So what we want to do is we want to make it so that we can actually catch these guys. So we're going to do an overlap now with the player. Why do they always run up in that direction? Negative speed works, right? They always go that way. Why is that happening? Did I reuse my sprite? No, it couldn't be. I don't know what that is, but we're not going to worry about it. Okay, so you need to catch the ghost. So to do that, we're going to do an overlaps now. So let's go ahead and duplicate this. Get rid of most of this stuff. And keep this if statement. We're going to change this to be player. All right, so we want to check our state, and our state should be surprised. So if the state is surprised, then we are going to destroy our ghost. And we will change our score by 1. And we're going to now do an check to see if the game is over. And to do that, we're just going to use a on-game update. We're going to do an if. We're going to do a comparison inside here. We're going to do a length of, and we're going to put in the array of all ghosts. And if the array of all ghosts is equal, the length is equal to 0, then that means the game is over. Wait, why'd I get sprite data?
Vivian, I like your stem.
Thank you. Wait, Shannon, did you have a Halloween costume?
No.
Richard, did you?
No, but I have a black cat now, and I think that counts.
We can coordinate for next year. We'll plan months in advance.
All right, and the last thing we need to do now that we've got this on-game update going, we need to make it so that when our sprites, when our little ghosts get outside of the tile map, that they escape. So to do that, we're going to be doing another on-game update, and well, I can just use the same one. We're going to do a for of loop. I'm going to loop through all of our ghosts, and I'm going to say if this ghost is outside of the tile map. So we're just going to do some things based off their position. So we're going to do some comparisons. I'm going to do some ORs. Okay, we have 4 things we need to check. We want to check if their left is outside of the, if their left is less than 0. So their right is less than 0. So let's go ahead and get our value, make this right. Look at this a few times. Okay, so if their right is less than 0, if their bottom is less than 0, if their left is greater than the width of our tile map, or if their top is greater than the height of our tile map, then they're outside the tile map and so then go away. And as for the tile map width and height, it's 16 times 16, which is, of course, something we can all do in our head. 256? Shannon's nodding. Shannon's the math wizard.
Yes.
Amazing.
Okay, so we're going to make this 256 and make this 256. So if any of these things are true, then that means they are outside our tile map, right? Because if their right is less than 0, that means they're to the left of our tile map. The bottom is less than 0, that means they're to the top. If the left is greater than 256, that means they're to the right. And if their top is greater than 256, that means they're to the bottom. This is the same way we do overlap checks for tiles. Okay, so if all of that is true, then we want to do a destroy. We're going to destroy it, but we are not going to give you a point. All right, let's go ahead and beat our game. Okay, there we go. Got the cat ghost. You're mine. Nice. Mine. Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we need to make it so that something happens when the ghost gets you. Okay, all right. So we at least got this to work. So let's see. Shannon, did you give me a ghost, by the way?
Yep.
Nice. This one's going to go in the spooky mirror. Oh, intense.
This one, I don't want to be the this one's friend.
All right. Well, okay. So real quick, we're going to make it so that if they catch you, then we're going to do a game over. But we're kind of out of time, so we're just going to do an else right here, and we're going to do a game over. Lose. There we go. So we're checking to see if their state is surprised. So if they are not surprised, then that means they caught us. And we can test this out real quick. I'm going to go ahead and let's do the spooky ghost. I want the spooky ghost to get me, not you. Got me. All right. Cool. Okay. So thank you all for watching. I have been Richard at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I am and will be Shannon at Shakao in the MakeCode forums.
And I will be Vivian at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forums.
And I almost want to come back to this game and make it a little bit more cute. I just want to add cute things to it, but I don't know if there's a whole stream in that,
Could be a Friday stream.
Could be a
Friday stream. Yeah.
It's an everyday Friday somewhere in the world.
Every day is Friday somewhere in the world. That's not how time zones work at all. Bye.